My name is Douglas, and this is Vlogmas. And today, I'm struggling a little recognizing the value of myself as a human being to the world. So that's a fun place to be in. I did spend some time today putting together my notes from the session that I went to yesterday with the organization that runs Pride. I put them together to send along to the choir since I'm not going to be at our board meeting on Wednesday. And so I was able to pass along information about the schedule for what's happening at the Pride Festival, as well as the recommendations that they made for us, the choir, as a vendor, and some information and my own thoughts. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if this sort of situation and my association with the organization running Pride turned into kind of a position, quote unquote, for me as a liaison for this Pride organization, which is a good idea. I think it's something that we sort of need. It's one of the biggest organizations in the city for the LGBT community, and it only helps us to have a good rapport with them. For example, on their schedule for the Pride events, which includes a lot of their big events that they're running and operating, they have our concert that we have the weekend before the big Pride festivities. So that's a very exciting thing for them to do because it puts us kind of on a level with the things that they consider the big deals, the big kahunas, the major events. And I like that they're doing that. And it's probably an association with, hey, we know that this is coming up and we know that you're a part of it and we want to make sure that you recognize that you're valued. I think that's pretty great. Another thing I did today is I spent time looking for some performers to suggest for the Pride festivities. There are stages and there's a bunch of performers that they'll have. And so the entertainment committee is working to suggest people who might be good performers to have there. And they like to have people who are associated with the community. So primarily I selected people who I know through the choir, as well as the choir itself, because why not? But being able to suggest people who I know through the choir seems to make sense too, because it gives them some exposure and it's people who I know that other people might not necessarily know. And we'll see how it goes. I think primarily they're just looking for names of people, just an influx so that there's way too many people to ever consider being included, so they can narrow it down to people they'd actually be interested in featuring, who actually have the time and energy to do it, and who aren't necessarily going to ask for the moon and the sun to make it here and make it happen. So there's 5 more suggestions that they get to have and take a look at and maybe consider. It's about all I have for today. This has been Vlogmas. I'll see you tomorrow.